I'm all right. I've got a bit of a stiff arm because I had my jab yesterday.
Oh, I got mine yesterday as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What
When
one?
I
Do you have Pfizer?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How is it? Is your arm?
I thought it was alright at the time, but now I just want to cut my arm off.
Yeah, it's proper. When you
Yeah,
go like that, it really hurts.
yeah,
But it doesn't sound too bad to the people that had the AstraZeneca. They seem to feel a lot worse. So
yeah,
I feel pretty like I've got away with it a bit. So that's good.
yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
where are you calling us from today?
Oh, London, West London. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, for anyone that isn't really familiar, could you just tell us a little bit about how you and Jules formed Apre and how long you've been doing music for?
Yeah. So we met, I guess, maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago. We played chess together in a chess club in Ealing, and the owner of the chess club, she knew that I was a big music fan and he was a big music fan, so she like paired us up together. So we played chess together for like months, and we were just chatting about stuff. And he said that he'd like to come round and try out some bits and stuff. So he came around and we made some few songs. I thought it was all right, and then we started playing in other bands together because I got him in. We did a few session jobs, and we would like spent 2 years doing that, but writing on the side. And then I think we got sick of like playing songs for other people, and we wanted to just actually like just do our own stuff. And by that point, we'd already written probably like 20 songs or something like that because we were doing it all the time. And so we just thought, oh, why don't we try it, And then we met the right people, and then I guess we've been in like the public eye since April 2018 was when the All Yours came out then, and that's been it really. Obviously it's been a bit of a weird nearly a year and a half now.
Yeah.
The world's been so weird, so everything feels a bit like it's been put on pause, which it has effectively.
Have you found it useful, like having that time to work on stuff like the mini album you put out a little while ago? Was that all done throughout lockdown?
Yeah, well, I think ideally we would probably have liked to have put out the actual album. I mean, it's like not far off being an album anyway. It's just like 2 songs less.
Yeah.
But I think that was probably like I think it was used as like a bit of a way of pausing the actual album and like still having something to put out, but without being like, oh, this is the main record, because obviously we couldn't tour it. And I think if you've got your debut album, not being able to tour that, it's just, I think that's a bit stupid, really. I mean, I get why bands do it because they're like at a point where they need to, probably because they're at that right level of momentum, but I don't think we had that momentum yet. So I think it would have been done. But yeah, honestly, I'm just sick of this lockdown thing now. I mean, obviously it's not bad. Like we can go to the pub and we can go and like stay at people's houses and stuff. But having no gigs is just getting ridiculous now. It's been I did a gig. The last gig I did, I was 23, and now I'm 25, and I've still not done a gig.
Oh wow! When was the last gig that you did?
We did Scala, February 27th, 2020. That was the last gig. Yeah,
that's a long time
so
ago.
It's pretty long.
I remember, I think I saw you guys supporting Inhaler, and I was just thinking like how long ago that was. I think that was like October 2019.
Where was that?
Arts Club in Liverpool.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a weird one. I didn't. Yeah, the audience was a little bit stiff, I thought there. But yeah, that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Mental. It's mad. It's really mad. I can't believe how much time's gone by, and it's like, what have we done? And also you can write songs. It's fun writing songs, obviously. Like I love doing it, but I think with music, you always want to be able to then go and play it to people. That's like the payoff, and then getting like, feedback. It's lovely meeting people at gigs and stuff, and then everyone's saying they enjoy what you've been making. But if you're just endlessly making stuff and no one's hearing it, it's just a bit like it's just boring, I just want to do something else. I think Jules does as well.
And so congratulations on the new tune with Claptone. How did that collaboration come about?
He just got in touch with our manager. I thought it was like, I was confused. I was like, how's this? Because he's pretty big. So I was like, where does he come from? You know, but apparently he did actually like the stuff, and his management or his label messaged our manager and said, would they be interested in like doing a few things with him or whatever? And Claptone sent over 2 instrumentals. This would have been like probably nearly a year ago, and then I just banged them out in about half a day or something. Didn't think anything of it, and then 6 months later they just came out of the woodwork and were like, oh yeah, we're going to release it as a main single and all this, and we were like, oh yeah. And then it disappeared again, and then they came back 4 months later, and then they were like, yeah, it's going to come out in May and all this, and then they had a video, and it's been mad really for Spotify as well, like the amount of playlisting that it's had and radio and reach and things like that. And also such a different genre for us.
Yeah,
it's been quite cool to kind of tap into that world a bit. I think that's nice. I've always liked with our stuff, I've always liked the fact that the music's very wide. There's a very wide range of genre. I think it's not like one thing, you know. So I like now that we've also tapped into that other thing. I think it's cool.
Yeah. And do you think you'll like go into that a bit more with like some new stuff coming out? Do you think you'll stay in that little genre?
I think the new stuff, we've got like loads of new stuff, obviously, because we've had so much time. I think the new stuff sounds more like our older stuff, like Everybody Loves You, the original Without Your Love, more kind of in that world, which I think we loved. And I think before lockdown we were heading in quite a poppy way, and a much more of a poppier lane, which is I quite like, but I also feel like maybe we were moving a little bit too far away from the roots of our sound, which was definitely a lot more like alternative and a bit wonkier, a bit more like just a bit more trippy and less obvious. So I think the new stuff is definitely is going to be more like it was at the beginning.
Yeah. And is there anyone else like on your list you'd like to collaborate with?
I think a collaboration with Bon Iver would be pretty cool. He seems anything that guy touches seems to turn to magic.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. We've always been really focused on it just being the two of us. So in terms of like collaborating with other people, not really. Haven't really given much thought to it. But this Claptone thing just came along at the right time, and it just felt like the right thing to do. And it seems to have worked relatively well. Yeah. And it's nice to have something out, because we haven't had a song out since November, which is mental.
So do you and Jules often, do you write all the songs together, or was one person stick to one bit and one person does the other bit? How does that work?
I'd say the majority of stuff is done together. In this room, it might come with, one person might come with like a few bars of an idea or something, or a chord progression or something like that, but it'll always get built together. And we've been doing it for so long now that we've got a system that works. It will normally be spend 30 minutes doing a vibe, maybe even less. It could be 10 minutes. You know, got your rhythm tracks, it's got your chords, maybe there's a few melodies, a bit of guitar, and then I've got like a vocal booth in this like cupboard thing here.
Oh yeah.
And then I just basically shut the door, stand in there, and just see what happens. It could be as simple as like, I often find when you're not thinking about things, if you're not thinking about it, it always comes to you. Like you just get sent it. So I've had it where he'll be in here and he'll be like mixing something, and then I'll go and make a sandwich, and I'll be making a sandwich, and then I'll be like, I'll be like, hold on, I've got it, and then I'll run in and be like, I've got it, you know. And then we've got 3 million monthly listeners, so no, we don't. But yeah, I think the important thing with it is to not overthink it, and not try and, you know, if you go into the studio and you're like, oh, today we're going to write a banger. Yeah. It's never a banger. It's normally quite crap because you're trying to force it. It's like when you try and plan a big night out with your friends, and it's always shit. But as soon as but then when you go and have a night out and it's like it's suddenly it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're in some random person's house and you never planned it. That's the best nights, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's the same. It's like that.
Oh, I just noticed the Ollie Ball t-shirt. I love that.
Yeah, I love Ollie Ball. I love him so much. Although I feel like he needs to maybe do something different. I don't know how long he's going to keep up this food report, you know what I mean?
I don't know how so much seems to happen in his life in like 60 seconds.
He's great. I couldn't believe it when I found it. I found it right in the middle of lockdown. I was so sick of everything, and I just every day at like 5 o'clock, I was like, "Yes, what's he going to do?" But yeah, I feel sorry for the other guy though. In his videos, he needs to get a bit more of the spotlight.
Yeah,
it's hard competition.
And I've seen that you're going to be playing Beyond the Woods Festival a bit later on this year. Is that going to be the first gig that you've done in like 2 years or what?
You know what the date is of that?
I think it was 6th and 8th, 6th and 7th of August.
Then I think that is the first one, yeah, because I think we've got 2 or something. We're trying, because we're like kind of going back to, I feel like lockdown's paused everything so much that I feel like it's a little bit, it's not like starting again, but it's definitely like going backwards, I think.
Yeah.
So in terms of live, we've not really been looking at it much. Also because I feel like we always had these tours penciled in, but then they were always getting cancelled. So for these festivals, we're just doing 2 festivals just as like a refresh.
Yeah.
But that Beyond the Woods one that will be the first one. I hope it happens. I was worried after they said the other day about they pushed the whole thing another month.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully it happens. We're working on the set now. I think it should be good. I think I don't know much about the festival, but the lineup seems cool.
Yeah, the lineup does look pretty good.
You go?
I'm not going. I mean, if there are still tickets there, then I'll probably get some. Because I mean, I think they've got Baby Queen, Alfie Templeman as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. I like, they're both really cool. Alfie's cool.
Do you know where it is, like, in the UK?
I think it's in Cheshire. No, not Leicestershire. No, I don't know.
Oh, I'll have a look after this.
I don't think it's that far from London.
Who are you most excited to see on the lineup?
There was the 2 you said.
Yeah.
Is there's that girl, Olivia Dean, is she playing?
I think so, yeah, I think so.
We did a thing with her like years ago, and I always thought she was really good. Did we? Yeah, we did. Yeah, and I think the guys in her band know some guys that we had in our band. I just think she's really cool. But I do like Alfie's stuff. I really like the Liquid Happiness in Liquid Form.
Yeah.
That's a tune. And the other one, Everybody's Gotta Love Somebody, that's quite good.
Yeah. Baby
Queen's pretty cool. I think she might go big. Yeah. I can feel it. She's cool. I think that Dover Beach song's pretty good, and the Raw Thoughts one's pretty good. Oh, and Vista's playing.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're cool. I chatted to them the other day. They're nice. Yeah, it'd just be nice to like see familiar faces like doing what we all love to do again, because it's just mental how long it's gone on, you know.
And have you got any other plans for the rest of the year?
I think so. The Claptone thing came out obviously, and now I think, I know that we're going to start releasing like quite regularly. I think new tunes. Hopefully. There'll definitely be some stuff coming in the summer because it's just gone on too long now. It's been so long. And then I pray that if everything goes to plan, you know, like with the vaccine thing and everything and life gets back to normal, that we can hopefully do a tour. But I reckon that would be probably next year. I'm not sure. Maybe that'd be lovely to do like a few of the major cities towards the end of the year. You know, like it's not big venues, just a few small ones.
Yeah.
That would be wicked. But that's it, really. I don't know. It's hard to. Can you hear that?
Yeah. Is that a dog?
Dog, man. Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things. Oh my days! Sorry, what's it?
That's okay.
The dog goes my head in. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like I'm trying to not like promise myself that any of these things are going to happen, because I think we did that when the first lockdown started. We said, oh, it'll be fine. We'll do summer. Then it became winter. Then it became the spring. Then it became the summer, and now I'm worried it's going to become winter again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Fingers crossed.
I got the listeners to send in a few questions for you
cool.
as well.
Wicked.
So I got one from Anna, and she says, if you could relive any gig, what would it be?
Relive any gig?
Yeah.
There was probably, well, can I say two?
Yeah.
Well, there'd be one, but basically we had an amazing weekend where we did Glastonbury on the Friday, and then we did Community Festival, which is in Finsbury Park, on the Sunday, and that whole weekend was just like mental, really. That was like a dream, really. Plus being at Glastonbury, you know, such a mad place to go there. And then we all went out, and then we all went straight to the Community Festival on the Sunday, and it was just like the turnout there was insane. That was like one of the points in my life where I felt like, oh, it's all kind of, this music thing's kind of going all right, you know.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Yeah.
And I have one from Ryan. He said, what did you do before you were a musician?
I've not really done anything else, because I was in a band that did all right at school. Yeah. And then that took me through to, I was like 19, and then I started doing this and other stuff. But I mean, I liked like acting. I was quite into drama and things like that. But I haven't really done like another job as such. I did some painting and decorating for a few weeks once, but that was pretty boring.
And what if you had to do something different to music? What would your alternative career be?
I like the idea of being a chef, like a restaurant in Paris, like really high end pressure. But I can't cook anything. But I just like that stuff. I like the vibe of that, you know. But I don't know. I'd like to be a radio presenter or a TV presenter. That'd be quite good. Like, yeah, that kind of thing would be cool. But yeah, probably something in the media, creative. I'm not very academic.
And I have one from Ollie, and he says, do you have any advice for young artists starting out?
I would say definitely the most important thing is definitely the music. I think now it's harder than ever to realize that, in a way, with things like TikTok and social media. I feel like it's made to seem that everything's about being this like idiot online, and that's how to draw people in. I mean, it probably would work a bit if you're particularly good at being an idiot, but I feel like there's so many new bands that they're all doing the same thing, where they're like, we even did it, it's like how I made this song, and it's like you film this thing, put it on TikTok. It's like, I think you'd be better off spent working on the music and getting the music as good as you can. And there's a lot of dickheads in the industry who will try and kind of push and pull what you've done and try and change everything. And I think the main thing to do is to stick to what you love and what you know and what you want it to be. And if it doesn't work out, at least you didn't become something you didn't want to be. That's what I think. That's what I would have told myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't worry about TikTok. Everyone's going on about. Oh, annoying. Yeah.
Good advice. And I've got one from Megan, and she says, who's the most fun to be on tour with?
Or in the band? Or
I think she means as in like supports or something.
oh right. Probably Inhaler they were fun. They were like so nice. And we did like 2 months with them, so we spent a lot with them. But Half Alive were good as well. I don't know if you know them, but they were fun.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, Inhaler, I would say they're very nice lads. They'll do very well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Doing very well.
And I have a little bit of a quick fire round for you.
Okay.
What's your favourite track of 2021?
I've got to be quick, right? That's the point of a quick fire round. I quite like the new Tom Grennan Calvin Harris song. I think it's good. By Yourself. That's a tune. Yeah,
that's a tune. What's your karaoke song?
That's Life, Frank Sinatra.
Perfect choice. Which of your own songs is your favourite?
They're all so great. That's a joke. The old Without Your Love, not the new one.
What's the first album you fell in love with?
I think Led Zeppelin 3 or something like that. The one with like Stairway to Heaven on, and Black Dogs on it. Well, that's a tune. Yeah.
Do you have any hidden talents?
No, all my talents are unhidden. No, I can do a good David Attenborough impression, but that's not very hidden. I've told a lot of people that.
Oh, can we hear it?
Yeah, of course. As they walk across the Himalayas, a rare species makes its way over.
That was really good.
That's it. Really. I want to do a Gordon Ramsay one, but I haven't figured it out. That'll be next on the list.
What do you order from Greg's?
Sausage roll. I mean, if I'm starving, probably like 2 sausage rolls, and then I like the ham and cheese baguette thing they have.
That's good.
But the sausage rolls are killer there, unless they're a bit cold. You know, if they just come fresh out of the oven, then yeah.
What's your perfect night out?
Okay. So for me, it's got to definitely not involve any kind of nightclubs. Can't stand them. Too loud. I like to talk about myself to lots for hours. So it would be probably, say, meet quite early. I'd say meet around 5 p.m. Then I'd say go to a mate's house. Not too many people, 4 or 5 people, good quality people, interesting people, few drinks, boom, 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 say a few beers. Probably just stick to beer then. Then I'd say, oh, right, okay, been there 3-4 hours, everyone's feeling a bit merry, got the tunes playing, go to a pub, nice pub. This is quite fun. Pint. Shot, don't mind if I do. Have a few, boom, boom, boom. Then probably another pub, a few more pints. Then probably go to a bar, okay, and then there'll be a few tunes playing, but not too loud. Have a little dance, but enough so you can communicate. And then definitely go back to someone's house. You've always got to go back to someone's house to kind of round off the night. Yeah. By that, everyone's going to be off it, and get the tunes real pumping there, and just chat absolute crap until 3-4 o'clock. Eat a huge pizza from a kebab shop who don't even make pizzas, who you suddenly do. And then get a cab back, an Uber, and ask the Uber driver all the questions you normally ask. How's his shift? What time do you finish? Yeah. Classic questions. And then but have a good chat. Or you think you've had a good chat in your head because you're off the chain. And then I've just realised this is a quick fire round. I've really gone it.
Go for it.
And then you get home and wake up 5 hours later feeling awful, you know. And that's that. But yeah, no clubs. I don't see the point in that.
I like that. Yeah.
Do you like clubs?
Not really. I like now and again if I'm forced, but
Yeah. Get pushed in.
Yeah. What are your favourite and least favourite parts about being a musician?
The best part is to do something that every day that you love to do. I've always wanted to do this, and I've been doing it now for three years properly. But then the worst part of it is that you almost lose the gratefulness that you should have in being able to do this every day, because you do it every day and it becomes a bit like, just, it's like anything. It's like if it was your birthday every day, it would be boring. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, I feel like sometimes guilty because you're like, oh, this should be great. You know, I get to make music all the time and do all that. But it's like, oh, today I can't really be asked. And I think it's like, it's really important to try and like relight that fire in that kind of burns inside you, that makes you want to gives you the reason that you wanted to do it in the first place. It gives it back. And also touring is, I like touring a bit, but sometimes that is grim. Like, because they're not that massive level, so you know, it's all travel lodge and a van with like, you sit like so it's two by two, and you're just facing each other, and you might be driving like 12 hours a day just like this, and you're just staring and you're looking at the person who snored all night, so you've only had an hour's sleep. It's grim. It's a bit grim, but I definitely miss it. But yeah.
And would you like to request a song for us to play on the show?
Let me look at my right song. You know, it's a tune. Do you know "Weather with You" by Crowded House?
Oh yes.
That's a tune, mate.
Yes, love that.
Yeah, I'd request that one.
Okay, we'll play that on. And finally, do you want to do a little plug and just let people know where they can find your music?
Yeah, so everything's, I think, just Google Apre. I think that, let me actually do this better. This is pretty bad. I think we're just called, Instagram's Apre, Twitter Apre Band, and Spotify Apre. It's on Apple Music, Amazon, everything, all that stuff. And we've got a website, which is apre.world, which will tell you can pre-order our mini album, which came out 8 months ago. So that's really good, whoever's made that. So yeah, but just Google it, you know. But yeah, there's plenty of tunes coming, and hopefully Live can come back strong, and we can all see each other again.
All right, thank you so much for coming on.
Perfect. Hey, thanks for having me. That was great. I really enjoyed that.
Right.
Cheers.
Right. Okay, thank
Have
you.
a lovely day. See you soon. Bye bye.